Imagine trying to find the most stable configuration of a massive network of interacting particles. This isn't just a theoretical puzzle. It's the fundamental sampling problem that underpins everything from modeling complex materials and financial markets to training modern machine learning models. The catch: as these systems scale, classical computers hit a hard wall. The state space explodes exponentially, and traditional Monte Carlo methods grind to a halt. For years, quantum computing promised a way out. Quantum walk algorithms were designed to speed up these sampling tasks, but they ran into a widely accepted ceiling. If you simply translated a classical algorithm into a quantum circuit, you typically got a quadratic speedup. 1,000,000 classical steps might drop to 1,000 quantum steps. That's impressive on paper, but when you factor in the massive overhead of error correction required for fault-tolerant hardware, that quadratic advantage often evaporates. Many in the field started wondering if quantum walks would ever deliver practical, real-world speedups. A new study flips that narrative. Instead of forcing classical logic into quantum circuits, the researchers built a fully native quantum sampling algorithm, where both the proposal and acceptance steps are designed from the ground up for quantum hardware. They replaced traditional local spin flips with quantum Hamiltonian simulation. Rather than making small, cautious guesses like a classical algorithm, the quantum system evolves naturally, generating entirely new non-local proposals that classical machines can't replicate efficiently. Because the proposal step is quantum native, the algorithm explores the solution space in a fundamentally different way. This unlocks a cubic advantage over previous quantum methods, which translates to a 6-degree speedup in query complexity compared to the best classical approaches. We're no longer just bumping against the quadratic ceiling. We're leaving it far behind. But theoretical speedups mean nothing if they don't translate to actual runtime. The team didn't stop at asymptotic analysis. They performed a complete fault-tolerant compilation of every algorithmic step and benchmarked it against highly optimized classical implementations running on CPUs, GPUs, and FPGAs. The results are striking. Under realistic hardware assumptions, the crossover point where this quantum algorithm outperforms classical machines drops from roughly 1,000 years down to less than a single day. This fundamentally changes the practical landscape. But to understand why this works, we need to look under the hood at how the algorithm handles one of the hardest problems in computational physics: simulating quantum systems at different temperatures. As temperatures drop, classical computers hit a hard wall. The math becomes exponentially harder, and the most interesting quantum materials become impossible to study. The new approach solves this with a component the researchers call the Boltzmann coin. Think of it as a quantum decision maker. When the algorithm proposes a change to the system, the coin evaluates the energy difference. If the change lowers the energy, it's almost always accepted. If it raises the energy, it's still accepted, but with a probability that drops exponentially with the energy cost. The challenge: encoding that probability into a quantum state without blowing up circuit size or depth. To do this efficiently, the researchers designed a hybrid arithmetic system. Instead of computing the entire probability function using expensive quantum phase operations, they split the workload. First, they use fast, reversible fixed-point arithmetic to calculate the raw energy difference. This relies on simple logic gates and reversible adders that run with very low quantum depth. Then they only hand off the smooth, mathematically tricky parts to a more precise phase-based processor. This hybrid approach saves massive resources while preserving physical accuracy. The phase component uses generalized quantum signal processing, which applies a carefully sequenced set of rotations and reflections to approximate the square root of the exponential function with high precision. But simulating a system at a specific temperature isn't a single jump. It's a gradual cooling process. The algorithm starts at a high temperature where sampling is trivial, then slowly steps down through a series of intermediate temperatures. At each step, it uses a quantum walk to project the system into the correct thermal state. The step sizes aren't fixed. They're dynamically adapted based on the system's energy fluctuations at each temperature, ensuring each transition succeeds with high probability. And if a step fails, the algorithm doesn't restart from scratch. It uses a xeno-rewind protocol. It gently steps back, corrects the error, and tries again. This keeps the overall success probability high and prevents retry counts from exploding exponentially. Now, how does this translate to actual hardware? The circuit design is optimized for fault tolerance, specifically surface code error correction. The real bottleneck in any quantum circuit is non-Clifford operations, which are the most expensive in terms of time and resources. By carefully counting these operations and mapping them to lattice surgery protocols, researchers can estimate real-world runtimes. The heavy lifting happens in magic state preparation and Pauli product measurements, which dominate the wall clock time. When you plot these estimates against system size, a clear trend emerges. For small systems, classical Monte Carlo methods still win because quantum error correction overhead is steep. But as the system grows, the quantum approach's superior scaling takes over. Around 50 to 60 qubits, the quantum walk method actually becomes faster than the best classical alternatives, especially at low temperatures where classical methods struggle the most. This isn't just a theoretical exercise. It's a practical blueprint for simulating complex materials, chemical reactions, and quantum magnets at scales completely out of reach for classical computers. By combining native quantum design, smart arithmetic, careful error management, and realistic hardware modeling, we're moving closer to a future where quantum computers don't just solve toy problems, but tackle the messy, thermal reality of the quantum world. And sampling is just the beginning. The techniques we're seeing here will cascade into optimization, generative modeling, and beyond. If you want to dive into the full paper and see the fault-tolerant compilation details, I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.